Hey, everybody coming in. How's it going today? Sandy and Ocean's daughter, welcome. This is a intriguing case to me. I just thought we're just going to jump right in. Hey, Irvin. We're just going to jump right in. Anna Walsh is 39 years old and she's been missing since January. She was last seen on January 1st. And her husband did not report her missing until January 4th. I heard that was because his wife's employer had called him or something, and they reported her missing as well. And yesterday he was arrested. They found a bloody knife that was broken in some way in their garage with blood on the knife and elsewhere, I believe. And this morning he was arraigned. He had a bail hearing this morning, and the judge put a $500,000 cash bond on him. He's also already got an ankle bracelet because of some fake Andy Warhol paintings that he sold. So we're going to talk about all of that. But we're going to start out with this morning's hearing, because this morning's hearing is where we found all this information from the prosecution side. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And hey, Gerard. Oh, you did, Gerard? Wow. Well, go ahead and put it up. It is crazy. And he's all grinning and stuff, walking out of the jail this morning, being escorted to a car to go to court. He's just smiling and happy and everything. So, yeah, that grabbed my attention. I didn't plan on this morning at all. I just doing my usual morning thing, looking for news and everything. And it's like, everybody's covering the Brian Kohberger case, and it is very interesting. I give you that. I want to cover it too, but it's like it's really being covered. And we currently have a lady who is missing. Now, I don't believe that she's still alive, but that's just the little bit of stuff that I've already heard. I don't think so. Who wouldn't? And then also the husband says that it was like her not to contact him when she was out of town. Look. They have 3 young sons, 2, 4, and 6 in age. And she's just gone now for 9 days and not even checking in on her sons. No, that's totally fishy. So we're going to look into it and see what we come up with. And, but yeah, I think if we start with the, yes, if we start with just a second. This, let me pull this up. I have it recorded. Damn it. All right. I have it recorded so we can watch it in its entirety. Here we go. Okay. It's only a few minutes long, 10 minutes long. I may stop it in the middle if I want to point something out, but yeah, the ankle monitor, true, Gerard. And I don't think from what I've heard so far that I don't think that he has to stay at home, because there's something about him going on some outings with his children. So, yeah, it's always going to be the family. Well, it's mostly always going to be the family. There's no way that you don't report your wife missing after. No. And then you're smiling coming out of court. You're not even worried about her. You're not even going to fake that you're scared that your wife's missing. Yes, he has an ankle monitor, Melanie, because he sold some fake Andy Warhol paintings and he got in trouble. And we're going to cover that too. I've got information on that case. So yeah, let's get into this. This court hearing from this morning, because that's where they talk about the evidence that they have so far. Oops, I got to go back. Sorry. I forgot to hit that one button that you got to hit. You got to hit that button that says share system audio, or else y'all won't be able to hear it. Yes, and he bought a bunch of cleaning supplies too. $450 worth of cleaning supplies. Hey, CK Warhola, we were talking over on my short that I posted. I was trying to get that short to lead people here, and I don't know if it will or not. It's getting a lot of views, but I don't know if people will come over here. It's got an end card on it for this. So if you're here and you're new to me, welcome to anybody who's watching the replay. I don't even normally go live at this time of the day. I usually go a few hours earlier, but here we are. And yeah, let's listen to this. This is from this morning, January 9, 2023.
Ms. Beeler?
Yes, good morning.
Ms. Miner?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to both of you.
And I have a notice of appearance to enter the clerk.
Thank you.
Probably.
It's Nicholas Taylor. Is that it? All right.
Here I am. I wonder what they want with me today. Ugh.
Mr. Brian Walsh.
Hey, 71.
Complaint 230136 out of Cohasset. You're charged with intimidation of a witness on the 8th of January 2023. A not guilty plea will be entered.
Do you understand that charge, Mr. Walsh? Yes. I'll hear from the Commonwealth.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Lynn Beeland for the Commonwealth.
Y'all don't this lady's hair is from behind. And some of us older people, we forget about the behind of our hair. I'm just saying, it really bothered me when I was watching it. But the main thing is that she's in court, but she's going to tell us a lot.
Your Honor, the charge before the court right now, the defendant is charged under the intimidation, that being misleading the police in the course of an investigation. The investigation was into the missing person of Anna Walsh. Anna is the wife of this defendant. She's 37 years old. They
39.
have 3 children, 2, 4, and 6. Anna Walsh was last seen on New Year's Day about between 4 and 6 a.m. in the morning. The defendant indicated that she left the house.
So 4 to 6 a.m., she was going to fly. She was going to Boston, I believe. She was going to fly somewhere, but she never ended up there.
To go, she works in Washington, D.C. The defendant indicated in the subsequent interview that she left the house around 6 a.m., taking an Uber or Lyft to go to the airport, where she was going to go to work in D.C. That was the last time she was seen. In the course of the investigation, police were notified around January 4th by her employees in Washington, D.C., that she had not shown up for work on January 4th. That was the first time that she was notified that she was missing. Up until this point, the defendant had no.
So what she's saying is that the employees where she worked notified the police before he did. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Notified anyone that she was missing. In the investigation was determined that she actually had a plane ticket for January 3rd, which she did not use, and did not show up at the airport nor her DC job.
So she was supposed to fly somewhere on the 3rd, didn't go, didn't show up, just had a plane ticket, just didn't do it. Nobody's worried about her. Nobody's looking for her. He had plenty of time to hide everything.
For her apartment in DC.
Hey, British Chippy.
It was indicated that the defendant, police checked during the course of this investigation. There was not a Uber or any kind of Lyft that had.
So the story was she took an Uber or some other kind of ride share and left the home. There's no evidence of any kind of ride share, taxi, or anything that was brought or, arrived at her house, according to the prosecution or the DA, whoever this is.
Picked her up on January 1st. In fact, in the course of the investigation, it was determined that her cell phone pinged in the area of the house, which is located on Chief Justice Cushing Way, that her phone pinged on the 1st and the 2nd, which is after the defendant had said she had left. Additionally,
there's so many clues in here. Her phone pinged 2 days after she left in the area of their home. What was he doing with her phone?
Defendant right now.
I'm just, follow me, because I'm assuming that he's guilty. I'm not a court. I can assume I can say that. Now, he does deserve a fair trial. All he's accused of now is lying. He's only been accused of lying to investigators, falsifying misinformation, whatever you want to call it. But I'm saying he killed her because that's what I think happened, and I'm not a court of law, and I don't have to say he's innocent until proven guilty. So that's where I stand.
On house arrest, pending sentencing in federal court.
Oh, and the wife had a house burned down. Somebody mentioned their home. She had a former home burned to the ground that was worth over $1 million, like over the weekend. Probably doesn't have anything to do with this, but weird.
Part of that probation and condition, he was to report his whereabouts if he was to leave the house. He indicated, as part of the investigation, when police spoke with him, that on January 1st, he went to his mother's house. However, it took him a lot longer because he got lost going to his mother's house in Swampscott. He also subtly indicated in state.
What do you think about that? He got lost going to his mother's house. Now, we don't know. Maybe she just moved there. Maybe he'd never been there. But you got to think, you don't know how to get to your mother's home. What were you doing?
To the police that he went to Whole Foods and CVS. Police subsequently did surveillance and checked. There was no surveillance or indication that he went to Whole Foods, no CVS.
No Whole Foods and no CVS. Just lying, trying to cover his tracks.
He indicated he purchased some items. There's no receipts for him having purchased that.
Could be, Irvin. Could be.
He then returned home. Surveillance was checked by several police during this time frame. These statements caused a lot of delay as part of the investigation, as police now were focusing on the North Shore. He further indicated that on January 2nd, as he was supposed to report in, that the only time he left is that he went to take his son for some ice cream.
He took his son for some ice cream? No. He lied about that too. Here you go.
Surveillance checked during the investigation indicated that defendant, in fact, on January 2nd, sometime after 4 o'clock, went to the Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Which is in Auckland.
Last time I checked, Home Depot does not sell ice cream. Now, maybe the local Home Depot there does, but and we don't have a Home Depot in the town I'm in now. But the Home Depot, I don't think they sell ice cream. Yeah, CK, probably. Irvin, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far if they're in debt, but surely they are. I mean, he's under he's got an ankle bracelet on, and he has the Andy Warhol stuff, which we're going to look at later. But yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. I mean, aren't we all? No, I'm just saying. I don't know.
He's on surveillance at that time, purchasing about $450 worth of cleaning supplies. That would include mops, bucket, tops, T-Vex, drop cloths, as well as various kinds of tape.
So your wife goes missing and you get arrested and you look just fine about it. And then you're wheeled out to court today or walked out to court and you got a big shit-eating grin on your face and you bought $450 worth of cleaning supplies. Were you looking for her? Or were you just getting ready to clean up your home? $450, that's a lot of cleaning supplies. They already had a home. Did they not have any cleaning supplies in their home, or did he already use them all? Like, I don't know.
He's on surveillance at that time on January 2nd, even though he said he never left the house. Police obtained a search warrant and actually searched the house with crime scene services. During that time, they found blood in the basement.
Oopsie.
Blood was found in the basement area, as well as a knife, which also contained some blood.
Could you repeat that last time, Mr.?
Sorry, it looks like my recording didn't. I wasn't watching while I was recording this. Make sure you listen to it because we can't see her bad hair. Well, we can still see her hair, but sorry about that. The video's not too clean here.
Yes, in the basement, crime scene services recovered and found blood in the basement area, in a section of the basement. There was also a knife that was found. On the knife, there was also blood.
Blood in the basement, a knife was found, and there was blood on the knife. And I believe she's going to say it was broken.
And part of the knife was damaged.
Part of the knife was damaged. Now, we don't know what that means, but not every knife is going to be able to, I don't know what he did to her, so let's just not go there yet. But not every knife is made for, like if you took a kitchen knife and you were going to do something nefarious with it, it probably wouldn't hold up. That's the nicest way I can say that.
Your Honor, these various statements caused a delay.
Oh, CK, I didn't realize. I knew that the 3 sons had been taken away. But I did not know that they were in state custody. It's a rooster cut. Yeah, Texas. She's got a rooster cut. My hair's looking that bad, I think. So
In the investigation, to the point that during the time frame when he didn't report his wife and gave various statements, that allowed him time to either clean up evidence, dispose of evidence, in causing a delay.
And with children 6 and under, he could have put the kids, in front of the TV or done anything. They wouldn't necessarily know what was going on, but a lot of times kids will know more than you think. So don't you know that they are talking to these kids? They've got the right kind of interviewer. They've got the right kind of situation. Probably not the 2-year-old, but at least the 6-year-old would be able to tell them some things.
As of this time,
yeah, trying to sell 2 Andy Warhol fake Andy Warhol paintings.
BRIAN Walshe has not been found. So because of that, the Commonwealth is asking $500,000 cash bail. At this time, these are the charges.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Walsh's wife has been missing since January.
Now, here comes the defense. And she's going to say that she thinks that because he already has an ankle bracelet federal charge, that this should all just be left up to the feds. That's a good excuse. Not that he's innocent.
January 1st. And it is true that her employer contacted the police on January 4th. However, that was as a result of Mr. Walshe, BRIAN Walshe, contacting the employer to say, I haven't heard from my wife. The employer suggested that their security team, who was a former law enforcement officer, contact both the Cohasset Police and the DC Metro Police, which he did. Mr. Walshe has given several interviews. We have consented to searches of his home. We have consented to
Melanie, not that I know of at this point, but a lot of husbands kill their wives and don't have any. I mean, that's just very common that a husband, I mean, I don't know, did Chris Watts have a past violent history, or did I mean, all these other guys, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. He owes two. Yeah, yeah, maybe so. Maybe he needed some money, and killing your wife and trying to get her life insurance isn't going to get you any money, though, unless you could put it off on somebody else. But he ain't the brightest bulb in the package.
searches of his property. We have consented to searches of his cell phone. I negotiated
Oh, we've been consenting to all these searches. He can't be. No.
with first assistant district attorney, don't mean to demote you, Len Beeland, on the terms of that to protect attorney-client. He has been incredibly cooperative. The charges are not anything relating, he's not charged with murder. He's charged with misleading investigators by not saying, as I understand it, he went to Home Depot.
So what she's saying is, like, they haven't even charged him with murder. Like, really? I mean, a $500,000 bond, tell me, because I don't keep up with bonds, but isn't that a lot of money for giving police misinformation? Yeah, isn't that a lot? I'm just saying, I lie, you know, you lied to police and they put you on a $500,000 bond. They think you did it.
In Rockland. He did say he went to press in Norwell, and as Your Honor knows, Rockland Home Depot was right next to Norwell. If in fact he was there, it was next in the town next to him. With respect to the other alleged omission, is that he was in Brockton and Abington. They don't have him stopping anywhere in those areas, as far as the police report says. He did say that he took his son out twice on the 2nd. He is on home confinement. He has a bracelet on him. A violation has been noticed of him. So if he leaves here, there's a federal detainer. He will be taken to federal court, and I would suggest that on the bail violations in federal court, the appropriate place to decide those conditions of release is in the federal court. I would ask for low bail or no bail, and to let the federal courts decide this. He's not going anywhere. He hasn't gone anywhere since January 1st. He's been in the house.
Well, he doesn't need to be in the house because they've searched the house and they found blood in the house, and he doesn't need to go back to the house because he might have hidden some stuff in the house. I don't know. It's weird.
That's true. He's been in the house with police almost 12 hours a day. I've been at the house with him with police for at least 8 hours a day. Well, not yesterday, but yesterday the police were at his house and he was at my home. But Friday and Saturday.
Is that common for a defense attorney to take their client who is looking at probably a murder charge to their home while they're doing the search? Is that normal, y'all? Because they said the cash amount of his bail is $550,000. That's what they said. That's what the judge says.
I was at his house for at least 8 hours with police.
But no, tell me, I know there's a delay. Can you? Yeah, she doesn't seem very prepared, Ocean's daughter. He spent 8 hours at her house yesterday. That's weird. That's weird.
Officer is present. So it's not that he's been there changing evidence or
hello, he had from the morning that she was seen, the last time she was seen, maybe before that, because I don't know who was last to see her. Was it him or somebody else? And he had from January 1st at least until the 4th, when her employer was like, she's not here, or other employees, and he had plenty of time to clean up.
Somehow impeding the investigation. The charges are he neglected to mention that he went to Abington and Brockton, and then he neglected to mention that he was at a Home Depot.
He just neglected to mention that he went here and here and here and here and here. Well, that's the charges. I mean,
just on those charges for a regular person, as everybody has to be treated, that would be a no bail situation.
The oldest kid is 6, 2, 4, and 6-year-olds. There's 3 babies. They're all boys. 3 little boys.
With respect to violation of conditions of federal bail, that is most appropriately dealt with in the federal court. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Bail is set at $500,000 cash, $5 million surety. Can we get a 30-day date, Ms. Minor, please?
What date would you like?
You tell me any date he would be, we would do this by teleconference from the husband.
So that's what that was. He looks like he can't remember his breakfast. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what his deal is, but look, they didn't just arrest him because they could. They definitely think that he did something. Nothing's panning out the way it should have. It's just ridiculous. You can't. These people think they can just get away with anything. I've got a few clips we're going to look at because we can. Well, here's the. I don't think this video goes into that, though. I don't think this video that I have, it does talk about it. Let's see. Let's watch this. Come on, little computer. Uh-oh. There we go. My computer is overworked and underpaid. That's what I'm saying. Overworked and underpaid. I have been going crazy lately on this computer. This little computer. Yes, it is British Chippy. And maybe he's just playing the dumbass Melanie. Maybe so. Maybe so. Oh, $5 million in cash surety bond. That's what you said, SA? Wow. Yeah, I didn't hear that part because you know what? I cut it off. Thank you for that. Yep. Oh, and I found out the best news, you guys. You in here that know me. A friend of mine popped in yesterday during my live. She's the only real life friend I have who knows, has actually been. I've actually given her the name of my channel because of just like I don't want my real life people to know. And I said, hey, do you want to come on panel with me sometime? And I think we haven't set a time yet this coming weekend. And I believe we're going to talk about Brian Koberger, the Idaho 4 case. She's a true crime buff and was thrilled that I asked her and wants to do it. So I'm excited about that. I'm guessing British Chippy, maybe they had some kind of those kind of shoes where, they just give them those paper shoes so they don't have a big expense. And also, you don't want shoes with shoestrings so they can't hurt themselves. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm so excited. Hey, Sweet and Sleuthy, how are you? Yeah, I'm excited about it. She was so thrilled. And I'm like, I would have asked you, months ago, had I known that you would have actually accepted. And not only that, been excited about it. So we're going to see how it plays out. We're going to talk this week, though. So I'll let y'all know.
Now to a developing story this morning. Fox 5 confirms Massachusetts investigators are in D.C. to step up the search for a missing mother of three. Investigators say 39-year-old Anna Walsh was supposed to catch an early morning flight here on New Year's Day, but never got on the plane. Walsh is a real estate executive for a company that has offices in D.C., and we're told she may have been working on a project in Friendship Heights. Her husband, who lives with their kids near Boston, reported her missing 3 days after she disappeared. Her employer also reported her missing. Police say the search is intensifying.
We have been working with our federal partners, and at this point this morning, we have detectives from Cohasset Police along with troopers from Massachusetts State Police en route to Washington, D.C. to interview some people and chase down some leads in D.C. and work alongside Washington Metropolitan Police. She does have connections to the D.C. area.
Police say her husband has been fully cooperative and they see no connection to his 2021 criminal conviction for selling counterfeit Warhol paintings. In another strange twist, there was a fire on Friday at Walsh's former home. There were no injuries. Authorities say they do not believe that the cause is suspicious.
Attention homeowners. Can we install one of our...
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. There's just so much already to this story, and I just don't think that, I don't know. I just don't think this man's, I don't think he's innocent. I think this isn't a video, but let's walk through this because we've got pictures and it'll just give us everything about what's happened. And pictures of her. Yeah, that's a huge house. And the house in DC, yeah. They don't look like they belong together. No, they don't. Yeah, Sandy, just going by looks. There you go, essay. That would work. Let's do that. Yeah, these goofy men who think they can do this. So, well, and women do it too. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So here is, I don't know. I don't think the Sun is a very good source, but we're not going to court with this stuff. So, who is Anna Walsh? 39-year-old wife and mother of three boys. Primary residence is Boston, Massachusetts. They also have a home in D.C. Where she works. She's a real estate regional general manager for the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore areas for global boutique real estate firm called Tishman Speyer. She went missing on January 1st, but reported on the 4th. Husband said it was normal for his wife to work long hours without checking in, which is why he reported Anna missing several days after she left home. I just don't know. I mean, look, there are some mothers, and as you all know, I know this for a fact, who they're not connected to their kids. It's possible. I don't think so, but we don't know. But I just don't see how you wouldn't check on your three young sons. Now, maybe a long work day, you didn't check on them. That's even would seem weird, but for 4 days, no. Also, she allegedly told him she was changing her flight to January 1st due to a work emergency. Now, guys, I mean, we don't know. We do not know the facts. It is possible, and I'm just throwing this out there, it is possible she ran off with some man or woman. She ran off. We don't know. We don't know for sure. But I think the police know a lot more than we do. And obviously, in the hearing this morning, a lot of facts were given out. So we know. I mean, they know. Since January 1st, her phone has been off and her credit and debit cards have not been used. Now, we did hear that her phone was on after January 1st. This article saying it wasn't, but we were told it was. Yeah, I just don't think many moms would go off like that. Yes, they would go off to work, but they wouldn't not check on their kids. It's 9 days later. No. It was, now this says it was unknown if she had a ride share. We heard in court this morning that there was never any ride share reported. They couldn't find one. WV Holler, I don't, what your question didn't finish, or that Maber word, I don't know what that is. Maybe oh, I wonder if they did have a live-in nanny. I don't think he worked because he had that ankle bracelet. We'll find out about that here. Y'all have such good questions that I haven't had time to get to yet today. I wonder if she had a live-in nanny. WV Holler Girl, what were you asking? They searched her home, including with canine units. They had little to go on, but I think this was written before they found blood in the home. Let's see what the date is on this. It was updated on the 6th, so this is kind of old. They have said that Anna's husband, friends, and workplace have cooperated. We already knew that. No sign of Anna at her residence there, and shared that her car, which she keeps in DC to commute when she's there for work, hadn't moved. Friday, that was talking about the fire at her former family home. He's already got to tell. Do you think maybe? Yeah, CWV Holler Girl. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I mean, we don't know. And she could have, and maybe she's not bonded with her kids. We don't know. I'm just saying we don't know. I think he killed her and that's what happened, but we don't have facts. I mean, she could have been having an affair, and whoever she had the affair with picked her up at the house. It's possible. You certainly couldn't take him to prison or convict him over that, or anything. But Anna is 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs about 115 pounds. So she's about the same size as me. 5'2", about 115. I haven't weighed lately because I know I've put on a little bit of weight, but that's close. And I hope I haven't put on more than that. But that's, she's about my size. I'm not very big. Maybe hubby made her disappear. Well, anybody who goes and spends $450 at Home Depot on cleaning supplies while your wife's missing, that's going to put you right in the radar of being guilty of a crime. It just is. She speaks with an Eastern European accent, has olive skin, brown eyes, and was last seen with brown hair. So she could have disappeared on her own. We don't know. We just don't know where she is. We just don't. Okay. This one has some scenes from the court and other news. So it's going to be more updated. This is a video, I believe. Here we go. Let me get y'all shared back over with that. Blood knife found in the home of missing Cohasset woman Ann Walsh. I'm going to pull up this video for y'all. Here we go.
Glenn Mechanical is your go-to company for all HVAC services in Hot Springs. With over 60 years experience.
Antoinette, Anna Walsh has not been seen since January 1st, but today this case got a whole lot more complicated.
Okay, so he pronounced it Anna, and I've been saying Anna. So ANA normally is pronounced Anna. So I hope I can keep that in my mind. And I think he's right, but I'm not sure.
Since her husband is now the target of this investigation. This morning started with Brian Walshe being taken in handcuffs from Cohasset Police Department to his arraignment at Quincy District Court. Once there, he was charged with misguiding a police investigation and intimidating a witness. Walsh's wife, Anna, went missing on New Year's Day and has not been seen since. Prosecutors say he didn't report her missing, but rather it was her employer that reported her missing on January 4th. This weekend, investigators got a search warrant for inside the Walshe home, and prosecutors say that's where they found traces of blood.
Blood in the basement. Blood was found in the basement area, as well as a knife, which also contains some blood.
Prosecutors go on to say Walshe is on surveillance.
Well, let's think about this for a minute. Why would he not have gotten rid of a bloody knife? I mean, to me, that kind of sounds weird because he's left his home several times. We know he was trying to clean up because he bought cleaning items, $450 worth of cleaning items. I realize things are expensive now, but that's a lot of money for cleaning items. But yet he left a knife with blood on it in the home. What, did he think it was well hidden or something? Or is he just dumb? Hey, Blissful of Texas, better late than never. Maybe she was leaving in him and he snapped. That's true, Sandy. There's so many things it could have been. Yeah, and him not reporting her missing first is huge. And then saying she doesn't even call home when she's gone for, like, he's making it sound like long work days. But this is way more than a long work day when you're talking about 4 days later when her fellow employees were calling like, where is Anna? Oh, I don't know. Let me report her missing. What? No.
Video at a local Home Depot on January 2nd, buying a list of items.
He's on surveillance at that time.
Maybe she's filing for divorce. Maybe. I mean, there's so many options at this point. But I'm still leaning with he killed her own husband.
I'm purchasing about $450 worth of cleaning supplies. That would include mops, bucket, tops.
Mops, buckets, tarps. Wow. A tarp? More than one tarp? Tarps?
T-Vex, drop cloths.
Drop cloths?
As well as various kinds of tape.
And various kinds of tape. Well, that's a lot of stuff. Now, if he was buying paint too, I mean, you can buy paint at Home Depot, and I'm still trying to get to painting my bedroom, but drop cloths, that's really good to have, and cleaning supplies, get the paint off your hands or whatever. You can use soap and water unless you're using enamel. Nobody uses enamel on, I don't know, maybe he's painting a porch because you would for that. Yeah, I wonder if there's any ring cams. If you would think of a house of that size, you would have, you would just, I mean, nowadays, so many people, I live in a little tiny house and I've got a ring camera, but I got that after I got doxxed on YouTube, so I don't know.
A brief arraignment, Walshe, who was awaiting sentencing on a separate federal case, was ordered held on $500,000 cash bail. On that separate note, Brian Walshe was awaiting sentencing on a separate, unrelated federal case, and because of that,
oh, good point, 71. No, you wouldn't be painting anything with enamel outside right now, because especially in that part of the country, it's too cold in Arkansas to do that. Oh, paint over blood. Ooh, I wonder what that. Does anybody know? Have you ever heard if somebody painted over blood, what that would do? But I mean, I'm the one who threw the paint in there, y'all. Nobody said he bought paint. Oh, you are Air Force vet? That's fabulous. Well, keep working on it. And if you ever want to schedule a live with me and come talk about it, because you're going to know a whole lot more about it living in that area than we do, because you know the locals and everything. So yeah, I'll do that. Hit me up in my email, Air Force vet. It's thescoopwithbarb@gmail.com. And I would love to chat with you about this, because I mean, it's interesting to me, and until they find her, at least, it's going to be an interesting case. So, and then the trial, if you can go to the trial, that's wow.
He was under house arrest and wearing an ankle bracelet that will likely play into his whereabouts since January 1st. But
Good.
for now, he's being held on a $500,000 cash bail at Norfolk County House of Correction. Live in Quincy, I'm Ted Wayman, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, so let me see if this is the, see, I didn't know he was awaiting trial. Oh wait, that's not what we want to hear. Well, the headline's up here and it says that awaiting sentencing in case involving fake Warhol paintings. I've got a document. This is the Andy Warhol document. I don't know if there's a video about this, but we're going to watch this. This is about the Andy Warhol stuff. This is from the Department of Justice, U.S. Attorney's Office in the District of Massachusetts. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to kind of read it to y'all. Yeah, she's probably somewhere. Well, I'm guessing. Here's what I think. I didn't know he got lost on the way to his own mother's home. That would have been a perfect place to, get rid of things. But why wouldn't you get rid of the knife? So that's weird. But her body, yes. And I don't know, but a lot of children, like, I don't know. I don't have kids, but I know younger children like that. You get them in a car and they fall asleep. He could have done all this stuff with his kids in the back seat of the car. I don't know if they went with him or not. I'm just saying things like that are possible. You got little kids, you give them your phone or an iPad and they're lost kind of the same way we all are when we have those in front of us. So you can do things in front of your children and they would never know. Especially if you had her like wrapped in a tarp and taped up. Oh, I'm going to go dump this rug out here. You're being silly. Melanie, I mean, I've been accused of being too giddy when I cover true crime. So I'm not giddy. I just have kind of a quirky, weird mannerisms and stuff. So this is from April 1st, 2021. So this is old. This is from when he. Yeah, you do, Melanie. Well, I'm not going to get on to you. Like if you I'm not going there. Stop. A Lynn man. This is. I'm just reading from this. He sold some. He falsely offered authentic Warhol paintings for sale on eBay. He took art from a friend, but delivered fake paintings to buyer. So evidently he had the real ones. Brian Walshe, 46, pleaded guilty to 1 count of wire fraud, interstate transportation for a scheme to defraud, possession of converted goods, and unlawful monetary transaction. He was scheduled for sentencing August 2, 2021. He was arrested in May of 2018. There's got to be something more updated than this, but let's go ahead and see what we've got. In early November 2016, a buyer found 2 Andy Warhol paintings for sale on eBay. Oh, yay, Andy Warhol paintings. The paintings were 2 of Warhol's Shadows, a series of untitled abstract canvas paintings from 1978. The original listing price for the paintings was $100,000. In the advertisement, the eBay seller included a picture of an invoice for the 2 Warhol shadow paintings with Warhol Foundation numbers and a purchase price of $240,000. The buyer believed the paintings were authentic and between November 3rd and 5th, 2016, arranged with Walshe, the seller, to purchase the artwork outside of eBay for $80,000. The buyer's assistant flew to Boston and met Walsh to retrieve the paintings, providing him with a cashier's check for $33,400. The buyer removed the painting's frames and found no Warhol Foundation authentication stamps and noticed that the canvases and staples looked new. When he compared the paintings to the photographs from the eBay listing, they did not look identical. Wow. The buyer concluded that the paintings he purchased from Walsh were not authentic. The buyer then repeatedly attempted to contact Walsh, who initially did not respond, obvious of him, and then made excuses for the delay in refunding the buyer's money. So I have got to look for more updated on this. Sentencing. So he pled guilty here. And if anybody knows where there's a clip of this, that would save me time. No, I don't want to do that. Who's here? I just saw somebody say hey to AJ. What's his name? Why is there another Brian? So last year we had Brian Laundrie and Brian Idaho 4 guy, and then we've got this Brian, and let's see what we've got more updated. No, see, that's not giving me anything. Bear with me, please. Sentencing. Let's look for, because it said he was awaiting sentencing. Anybody know? Da, 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 da. Warhol forger to face trial over Fed's estimate. This is from June 9th, 2022, but that's the paywall. Got the paywall. Let me ask, does anybody know what's going on? Yeah, I haven't heard about a courthouse yet. Dion the Liar, Boyish with Barb. Okay, Beehive Boyish with Barb. If you want to change my name to that, that's fine. Feel free. Feel free to come in and make some kind of jab. That's cool. Hey, AJ. That's true. If he had been kept in jail, maybe he'd still be there. Let's see what this is. Well, that's everything's behind this fire paywall here. Let's see what the FBI thing says. I'm sorry, I don't have all of this. I didn't have all of this quite ready. Does anybody know? I didn't, I thought I had the information on this, but I haven't found any updated. All right. Does anybody have it? Because I mean, I'm just looking. I'm just looking for it. Here. Maybe this is it. He is the convicted art swindler, but it doesn't give information about the swindle. Da 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 da. Well, I might not be able to have that for y'all at this point. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's all the details I know. I can't find it, and I don't want to Oh, I'm looking for his. They said he was due in court, or he had a court hearing for sentencing for the Andy Warhol paintings. Does anybody know anything? Because I thought what I had was pretty new. Was new information, and it wasn't. It wasn't updated to this, recent. Like, when's his court hearing and stuff? Let's try this one. They call him the art swindler husband. Maybe this Daily Mail will have it. I'm not a huge fan of the Daily Mail, but they may have some information on it. So here, let's just look at this Daily Mail article, because they just like to combine a whole lot of different stuff. And there's a little bit of lag just using my mouse. As soon as my computer catches up with me. It's a good thing to not get married, right? I mean, when spouses are the ones who like to take people's lives. No, we don't want to spin. Got it. Okay, as you can see, art swindler husband of missing Massachusetts mother of 3 is arrested for misleading police. They drained their pool on Saturday. Didn't find anything. She was last seen at her home on New Year's Day at 4 a.m. She didn't take the flight from Boston. And her old home burned on Friday. So we're at Monday now. There's a picture of the lovely Mr. Brian Walshe, 46. Let's see what. No, we don't want to. We're not talking about Brian Koberger today. He already was. Here he is driving away from his home on Sunday. Maybe when the police got there to do a search, I'm not sure. And then there is a gray Volvo with the 3 Walsh children headed out of the property on Sunday. It's believed they were escorted away by close family, friends, or relatives. Somebody said that they had been taken into state custody. I don't think there are too many state employees who drive Volvos, but I don't know that proves anything. I mean, that's a nice car, but we don't know. And I don't know if y'all saw, but yesterday I saw a video about the Koberger case, and the girl said that there's and they showed a picture of it. There's a not a shock collar, but a shock belt kind of thing that one officer will have, so that if this inmate tries to escape, like Brian Koberger or this guy here, they can just zap them with that and they'll fall right out. So that makes a lot of sense, and nobody would know it was there. She said it was a fact. I'm not sure how she would know that. Maybe she's had one on. I don't know this person who was saying it, but nobody, I mean, I don't know. Why is it? There we go. Oh.
Sometime later this morning. Good morning, Doug. Brian Walshe spent overnight inside Cohasset Police Department behind us, but as you said, he is expected to be arraigned in Quincy District Court sometime later this morning. Now, only 5 Investigates cameras were here yesterday afternoon when the 46.
Melanie, Well, we don't know we don't know that she's not still alive now, but the house burned several days after she was missing, so we don't know about that.
6-year-old husband of Anna Walsh was brought into custody by police. He's charged with misleading a police investigation. Also, a gray Volvo registered to the Walsh family was also impounded by Cohasset police. Meanwhile, investigators were seen using protective booties and taking
So they had a gray Volvo, and there was also a bluish gray Volvo that drove away with their children. That's kind of weird.
boxes out of the Walsh home located on Route 3A in Cohasset. Neighbors tell us the 3 Walsh children were removed from the home early on Sunday morning. They're hoping the 39-year-old mother, who's been missing since New Year's Day, will make it home to see her young kids.
I hope there's enough media interest and subscription base to allow people to kind of dig into it.
Well, right there, she was asking us online, people to dig into it. So let's do it.
Now, this weekend, Massachusetts State Police and Cohasset detectives spent time in the nation's capital. That's a city where Anna Walsh lived and worked during the week and the location she was heading to before she went missing on New Year's Day. Live in Cohasset, I'm Ted Wayman.
Okay, and then earlier on Sunday, quote, camera shy Brian appeared to be driving a red Volkswagen away from the home in Cohasset, which is a 45-minute drive south of Boston, a week after his wife disappeared. The kids were given a ride in a separate vehicle. So I'm guessing they all left when the police showed up to do the search warrant, perhaps. I don't know. The detectives from Cohasset and the state police are investigating in the Washington, D.C. area as well. She is of Serbian descent. Oh, here's a little tidbit. Friends also noticed that Anna's normally active social media presence went silent since the start of the new year. So nobody's like, that would be odd. Somebody you follow on social media all the time. Let's say it's Facebook, and everybody's used to seeing you. I mean, I neglect my Facebook now because I'm on YouTube 99% of the time that I'm online. But I used to be on Facebook off and on all day long. And, after a few days, people would notice me missing, and I wasn't that active, but her friends say that she was normally active and hasn't been there since the start of the new year. Like, that's 9 days ago. The people at Tishman Spire, where she worked since February 2022, said, quote, "We are actively assisting the local authorities in their ongoing search for our beloved colleague, Anna, and are praying for her safe return," end quote. She graduated from Cornell University and has worked in various real estate companies after obtaining a degree from the University of Belgrade. She's described as having brown hair, brown eyes, and is 5 feet 2 inches tall with an estimated weight of about 115 pounds. Look at him. Creepy dude. There's another picture of them. Good. They don't have the pictures of the little boys. I mean, they got their faces covered up. Please keep the kids out of this. There's no need for these children's pictures to be here. And I'm grateful that I just pulled this up and they're not, because I don't want to show her sons. But you can tell they're very small children still, 2, 4, and 6 years old. And that's the only reason I'm bringing that up, is because a mother doesn't normally, sometimes mothers kill their own children, but in a normal world, in a perfect world, a mother would never do that. And she would never just go off and leave her kids and not check on them. No, I wouldn't, CK, but I don't even want to show their pictures. So he put the, let's see. Walsh got the paintings from his friend who had recently bought them and convinced him he could sell them for a good price, but then he disappeared and his friend never received any money in return for them. Let's look at this video, audio gallery. Get off of my, there we go. All right, there's supposedly a Warhol picture that he had for sale. There's another one. There's the police at the home. There's the beautiful missing Anna. The beautiful missing Anna. She's really pretty. And the little boys, little stair steps there. 2, 4, and 6. There's the creep. There he is again. There's the children leaving with a couple of women. So there's that. And then, are y'all still with me? Anybody still here? Anybody still with me? All right. And I mean, seriously, but I'm 71, maybe a mail order bride. Seems like it, Laura Lulu. It seems like a lot of people are. The shop and stop. Wow, can you go like Air Force Vet? I'd be wanting to go look at what's going on and stuff. Friends told NBC Boston that Anna is a wife and mother to 3 young boys. She's a remarkable woman, they said. She's a powerful executive. She's a loving mom. She's just loving wife. She's one of the most remarkable humans we know, and we're very scared. A remarkable woman and mom doesn't go off on January 1st at 4 a.m. and not check on her kids for 9 days. Hey, Blissful. You forgot to eat lunch. I ate before we started so that I wouldn't get shaky, because I do that when I don't eat. We miss her a lot, and we're just praying for her to be safe. Everyone that knows and loves Anna, we just want her home safely. Evan Terrell, a friend of Walsh's who used to work with her at a hotel in Boston, told Fox News. Her husband and her boys were someone she talked to every single day. And the fact that she hasn't been in touch with them is concerning, and not like her to not be in touch with anyone. It's just really scary. So there you have the opposite of what her husband says. Oh, she leaves all the time and she never contacts us. She never checks on us or anything. Well, here she is. These people are saying that she, children and her husband were, she loved them very much and checked on them and took care of them and everything that a loving mother does. Let's see. It is a strange story, Air Force Vet. And I had one more thing. Let's see if this one gives us anything if this gives us any information that we didn't already get. Let me look at it real quick, because we've covered a lot. There's a whole lot we don't know. And no, I don't want to open an ad. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Hold on a second. There's just one more video that I wanted to play here before we go any farther. And the phone turned off the day. Yeah, CK, I just don't, I don't know what happened. Maybe she said, I'm leaving you. Maybe he got mad. We'll find out, though. Don't you think? I mean, don't we always find out? Why do people have to be so freaking mean and kill everybody? Just get a divorce. Good, Air Force vet. All right.
We do want to begin with the latest on the disappearance of missing Cohasset mother Anna Walsh. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Priscilla Casper.
And I'm Glenn Jones. Today, her husband Brian was arrested for misleading a police investigation. NBC 10's Diane Cho joins us live now in Cohasset with more on today's alarming development. Diane.
Anna Walsh's husband is expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow morning. As of now, though, the district attorney's office didn't say much more about that charge he's now facing and how they say he misled police. It's now been 1 week since his missing mother of three was last seen, and tonight there's still no sign of her. This as the district attorney's office announced her husband, 46-year-old Brian Walsh, was taken into custody and is now being charged for misleading a police investigation. This is what it looked like for much of the day at Anna Walsh's Cohasset home as authorities continued their investigation to try to find her. Investigators were seen going in and out of the home off Route 3A on Sunday. This all comes after authorities spent 2 days combing a wooded area nearby with police canines and draining the pool at the family's home before suspending the ground search on.
That is pretty funny that he turned her phone off. I mean, we're guessing that he turned her phone off, and he's wearing an ankle bracelet, so he could be tracked probably better than a phone. Wouldn't he? Wouldn't an ankle bracelet track you better than a phone? Because it's got the direct line. I don't know how they work, but I would say that's what I think.
Saturday, after nothing turned up, police say Anna Walsh left her Cohasset home on New Year's Day to reportedly catch a flight out of Logan back to D.C., where she works during the week. But authorities say she never boarded a plane. D.C. police telling NBC 10 Boston they went to this home where Anna lives for a welfare check this week, but there was no indication she was in the district. The DA's office says local authorities also went down to the nation's capital to try to find any clues as to where she could be. And we also reached out to Brian Walsh's attorney today, and she tells us that she has no comment on the investigation. Live.
Of course, she has no comment. Okay, let's think about this. Woman goes missing. Husband didn't have anything to do with it. Let's just say he didn't have anything to do with it. Why is he lying to police about where he's been? Where did the blood and the knife come from that were found in the basement? Why was he buying $450 worth of cleaning supplies at Home Depot? Why didn't he report her missing? Look, I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's like you don't really have a lot of, that ankle bracelet. And so, my thinking is it wasn't premeditated. He killed her in a rage of some sort, and it could have happened. We don't know. It could have happened before the first, but we don't know. We don't have all those details. Did he have help? I don't know. I think here's what I'm going to go out on a limb and say, just my first day of even looking into this case, is that he killed her. I'm not saying it wasn't premeditated. What I'm saying is that it wasn't like a long pre-planned kind of thing. He killed her in the home. He had to get rid of her. He was probably trying to clean up things, do things. And then I think that, and also, I don't know when he got the lawyer, but I'm just going to say that there's just too much circumstantial evidence and an arrest and a $500,000 bond when he's already wearing an ankle bracelet. So he's not a flight risk, but they still put a $500,000 cash bond on him. That's a lot. That's a lot for lying to police. And why is he lying to police if he didn't do anything? See what I mean? Is anybody on the side of this guy looks innocent, or you're jumping to conclusions too soon, or anything like that? What do y'all say? What do you say? What do you say? Anybody? Anybody have any thoughts? Guilty? Oh yeah, there is evidence. True, there's evidence. Yeah, I wonder if when he bought those tarps, like not a tarp, but tarps, like where are they? Were they there when the cops came? Are they gone? Like, are they wrapped around her body out in the woods near his mother's home? See, that's what I think happened. I think he killed her. I think he went to see his mother. He got lost going to see his mother. Okay, how long has his mother lived where she lives now? How did he get lost? Is she in a place that he's not familiar with? He's like, he just got, I don't know, it's just weird. He just got lost for quite a while. Maybe that's where he hid her body. So I'm thinking that's what I think happened, but that's just, off the top of my head. No way guilty. I say he did it. Guilty. He needs to fry. Guilty. He did it. Guilty. Hey, Amber. Yeah, you'll have to go back. I haven't been as prepared as I like to be for a live, Amber, but I just kind of did this on the fly this morning. A nice trip off of a cliff for his butt. Yeah. He doesn't look like much of a planner, and he doesn't seem too smart, because you can't get away, and obviously he didn't, with selling a fake Andy Warhol painting. He's right on the ocean. Yeah, I think that I'm just gonna say he did it, and I think they're gonna find her body somewhere where he got lost going to see his mother. And I'm very interested to know how long his mother has lived. This is funny. Like, okay, maybe that he grew up in this home where his mother is. Can you imagine? And then he got lost going to it. Something happened. He buried her or threw her in the woods or water or somewhere near his mother. Yeah, you'd have to have a plan, and nobody would have to, like, if I went missing today, my neighbor might notice in about a week. You agree with me, SA? I love it when people agree with me. Yay. So anyway, guys, I don't have any more planned. I don't have any more to talk about, but we're definitely going to stay connected to this case and this investigation, and I will keep you guys abreast of what I find. I appreciate everybody who's here today, and my mods and everybody. So if you hear anything you think I need to cover about this case, let me know. My email is thescoopwithbarb@gmail.com. And I'm especially wanting to talk to, you'd notice, Air Force vet, because Air Force vet lives in the area and is going to be able to go to the trial and all that. Yeah, zap the ankle bracelet, like those things that people wear to court. Cool. Air Force vet's going to help me out. Zap. Yeah, I'd be like, let me hold that button. I want to be the cop that has that. Yeah, guys. Again, thanks for bearing with me here on short notice and covering this case. And it's definitely intriguing to me, and I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to go in there in my recliner with my laptop, and I'm going to go find some stuff about this guy, find out this Warhol stuff. Like, when is his sentencing for that, and all the stuff that I didn't have for y'all today. And we'll get back to it as soon as possible. Thank you so much. I will see y'all soon. And if you can, hit the thumbs up on your way out. That would really do me a big favor. And I'll see you next time. Bye.